What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam,
It's your boy Joby.
and today we're coming with a review. We got a screener, a really early screener to this movie, the newest A24 film, Love Lies Bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stars Kristen Stewart, Ed Harris, uh, the younger Franco brother. His name is Dave, if I remember correctly. And I want to get her name right, the one from The Mandalorian, Katie O'Brien. Okay, those are those that rounds out our cast. Very small cast, very, how do I say this? Actually, I'll get to that in the review. But yeah, so basically, I'm gonna read the blurb because A24, trying to explain this movie is not easy. But okay, so Lou, who is Kristen Stewart, is a reclusive gym manager who falls hard for Jackie, an ambitious bodybuilder headed to Las Vegas to pursue her dream. Their love soon leads to violence as they get pulled deep into the web of Lou's criminal family. That's actually a really good explanation of what happens. Yes. Okay.
That's crazy because I read that and was
hmm
like, I have no idea what this movie's about. And then now watching it, that's what the movie's about. It's like as simple as that.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Yeah, all right, bro. So I'm gonna try to start. I'm gonna talk about this. I know we divided. Joey's probably gonna do what we didn't like, what we did like. I'm gonna try to get through this. I'm gonna just tell you my thoughts. So first off, first thing I want to talk about is Kristen Stewart. Her and Robert Pattinson. I feel they get a bad rap because they did Twilight. She's a good actress. She's a fantastic actress. They both are, honestly. And I think that she needs to be taken more seriously. I've seen her as Princess Diana. I saw her as a secret agent in Charlie's Angels. I've seen her as, of course, the high schooler in whichever one of those Twilight movies I saw. And then, in this, she's I've seen her as, the tough guy, the tomboy tough guy person.
I,
Um, and
I
she
would,
always knocks it out of the park. I mean, her movies aren't great.
yeah.
So in my opinion, her movies aren't great, but that's every actor. I can name Al Pacino or Chris Evans, who I love, or uh, oh my gosh, his name is Jack Nicholson. I can name a lot of actors whose movies aren't great, but they're great actors. So want to shout her out. She is fantastic in this movie. She plays Lulu. I think her real name is Louise, but everyone calls her Lulu.
Yeah.
And yeah, and she falls for Katie O'Brien's character, Jackie,
Yeah.
who is the bodybuilder. And shout out to Katie O'Brien for changing her body for this movie. I saw her in The Mandalorian season 3, which
Like
was
for
not that
real.
long ago, and she did not look like
Yeah.
that. So she really put in the work to portray this bodybuilder. And I mean, like it is apparent her muscles are popping out, but she's also still like very beautiful. Um, so yeah,
100.
so
Yeah.
the story is about them and Ed Harris, of course. I mean, he's Ed Harris. He's gonna be like, if you've seen him once, you know he can act, and he's as evil as you need him to be in this movie.
Always.
So yeah, outside of like the obvious acting, I mean, it's an A24 film. You're gonna get the A1 cinematography. Jeez, this movie is just the camera is just
Beautiful.
it's crazy. There's not I don't think there's any CG in this movie. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There's a little bit of CG in this movie. There's a little bit of CG in this movie. But most of this movie is just shot in
Yeah.
very practical effects. It's a very
Yeah.
grounded story for the most of it. Um,
It's A24
and
film.
yeah, and the fact that it takes place in one town. You have four characters you have to keep track of. It's not a sprawling list of characters. There's not a
Mm.
lot actually going on, not a lot of twists. You're literally just following one story beat to the next and seeing how they resolve each thing. And
Yep.
yeah, I really liked it. When the movie starts, and when it starts, when the plot of what happens actually happens, and Lulu and Jackie get caught up with Lou's criminal father, then the movie kind of like the pace, that's when it really picked up for me, and it took off, man. Like I was glued to my seat until the very end because like you don't know what's going to happen. That's
Right.
something else I want to commend this movie on. Usually in movies, even though if I don't know the ending or where it's gonna. I don't know the ending. I know kind of what has to happen for a movie to end. Like I know a John Wick movie, like it's like, okay, well, this is happening. This
Yeah.
person has to die before this movie's over. Or, Spider-Man has to stop this villain and he has to get this thing before the movie's over. Like I can tell what has to happen. And this one, I had no idea if someone was gonna get offed in the next second. I had no idea like who was gonna make it to the end. I had no idea what was coming next. And yeah, again, A24, they do their thing. So classic A24 film, great, great in all respects. The sound was great. The effects, oh my gosh, the effects, the violence in this movie, jeez, it looks so real. Like to the point where Jovi, I don't know if you remember, there was one scene in particular I actually kept turning away because I was like, I can't look at that.
Oh no,
Like
they
yeah,
make sure you saw that too. I know
yeah, they made
exactly.
sure they showed it
Like,
to
we
you.
paid a
So
lot. We paid a lot for this practical effect. You're gonna
right,
look at
right. You're
this.
gonna watch it, and yeah, man, it was great. And it's also kind of funny. Like it's morbidly funny. Like it's not like people are telling jokes, but um, like again, Kristen Stewart, she has comedic timing in this movie for things that happen that you really shouldn't laugh at, but it's funny in its own way. So all good on that front. There are three things I'm gonna say that kind of take away from this movie. Number one, it is an A24 film. What that means is you know what you're gonna get. It's not gonna be for everybody.
Hmm.
In my
Hmm.
experience, they hit more than they miss.
Hmm.
I think they did that movie Beau is Afraid, which I didn't like, and they did this Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he played like twins, which I thought was pretty stupid. But for the most part, they hit.
I've never
But
seen the Jake Gyllenhaal twin movie.
yeah, I forget what it's called, but it wasn't great. But again, it's not going to be for everyone. Like, seriously suggest you watch the trailer, and you'll kind of get a feel for what it is. And if you're not gonna like, it goes there. Like, I mean, the same way Euphoria goes there, it goes there. Also, this movie took a little too long to get started, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Now the crazy thing is the first 30 minutes where before the thing that happens makes the movie go, it actually is all important because it's all set up. But I
Right.
don't know, it's definitely slower than the rest of the movie, and I just feel like it was I don't know, I was not as entertained as I feel I should have been during that time.
Yeah.
But
It's like
again, you get good
That
information.
Ryan Gosling movie where he's like the dirt bike rider and he has like a family. It's really really slow in the beginning and then all of a sudden it just gets crazy. Similar to like Drive, how it's
Oh yeah.
really slow in the beginning and then it just gets wild.
Yeah,
This I will.
exactly. That's actually a really good comparison.
It,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the last thing, the ending. I did not like the ending of the movie, and that's it. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. It just,
Okay.
I will say one thing. I felt it took away from everything we had done up until that point. So I just
Right.
thought it was kind of stupid. But that's it.
Yeah.
Jovi,
Like.
all yours.
Yeah, I mean, I like to start off with the bad, so we can definitely talk about that ending. Not I'm not going into too much detail. I understood why they did it. Execution was questionable. I think that's the best way to say it. I understand why. It just was completely took away from. I mean, that's the only thing I really have to say. Like, yeah, that's my bad. I completely took away from an amazing period set piece.
A grounded, realistic set that or film that we had watched. Yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of took away from that.
it like even with it being very slow in the beginning, I was just like, hey, like this is cool. Like I know I just talked about Dune, even though it was not the director's intent for me to know these characters in the second one, but with this, it was like I know Lou. I know Lou before we even get to meet the Jackie.
Yeah.
You get an idea of what she's dealing with, and like
Hmm.
which she's in this clearly a very small town.
Yeah.
Um,
Where everybody
and
knows
then
everybody. Hmm.
yeah, and then you get Jackie, but the way you're introduced to Jackie, you don't. She could be anything. You could go very.
Yeah.
Uh, then you get this love story because this other character has this amazing goal. Like this is all like it's an A24 film. Someone
Yeah.
they pick good written films. They
Yeah.
pick movies with great plots. So it's like yes, this is all like concrete. What is the motivation? Like blah 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 blah. Like we didn't have to question any of that, and then got to enjoy a beautifully shot film. I really enjoyed it until the very end, man. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
why
and
did
it's
you do
crazy
this?
because
You
it's
know,
like,
like again, it was funny. We all laughed,
yeah,
but it sure as hell took a point off of my score.
yeah,
Like
and it's funny. It's
while I was
like
sitting there,
of the in the last 15 minutes, it's like 5 minutes, were great. Then this thing happened. Then after that, like when the credits were rolling, I actually liked the actual end, the like
yes,
what they were
yes,
doing at the actual end. So this little piece in the middle they put that just felt unnecessary and dumb. Yeah, I agree. It kind of took away from your score, bro. What you
yeah.
gonna give this one?
Hmm. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a 4 just because of the. I really enjoy the way it was shot. I thoroughly enjoy. Like I would love to sit and watch this again and just really be taken back by just how everything it wasn't like it was the greatest movie in the world to get a 4 from me. It's
Hmm.
really the execution is what makes that score so high for me.
You know what? The fact that you just said, so I was gonna go 3. But the fact that you said that, I would actually watch this movie again, despite me
Yeah.
not liking the ending. I would watch it again. I'm gonna go 3.5, bro. So let's
Okay.
so your small couch review score is a 3.75, y'all. But
75.
yeah, that's it.
I mean that's a great score for us.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely it's much better than some of the stuff we saw earlier. But anyway, guys, Love Lies Bleeding. When you
Yes.
watch it, come back here, talk to us about it. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, as Jovi's saying right down there in the comments, man. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. And until next time. Oh, wait, and please go ahead and subscribe. I always forget. Hit the little like button and the bell. There you go. Always wait for that sound effect. All right, now I can say thank you for watching, guys, and until next time, we out.
Deuces.